Today's video is one that I've actually had in my notes since, I think this note says it was written on November the 23rd of last year, so 2023. But yeah, I just never got around to doing it. I want to give a shout out to Pat the Halloween Collector for this idea. Now, I know I've seen a lot of other channels do this, but I saw the idea from him. So yeah, I just want to give a shout out to him. Go check out his video on that as well, because it's a nice long one, and yeah, if you're just doing something, it's great to have on. But yeah, it inspired me to make my own, because obviously as like a younger horror fan, there's a lot of classics obviously I never got to see in the movie theater, which is really sad. It's one of the probably worst parts of being a younger horror fan. But yeah, I'm going to be doing this with just horror movies today. My first pick is actually going to be Jaws. I absolutely love the Jaws films. It was some of the first horrors as such that I got into. I mean, number one, I would definitely class as a horror, but yeah, it got a bit weird at the end, but I don't know if this is a hot take. I know this is probably a hot take, but I actually love Jaws: The Revenge. I think it's a fucking amazing movie. But yeah, speaking about the original Jaws film, I would have killed to be in the movies when that film came out. You know, just to see and feel that reaction when the shark does come out of the water for that first time when Brody's throwing in the like meat and everything. Like, wow, that must have been incredible. Next up though, I'm gonna go with The Exorcist. This film creeped me out so much, and it still does. I remember the first time I watched this, I must have been around like 7 or 8 maybe, not too sure, but I watched it on, I had just gotten like a TV screen for my room, but it was like a computer monitor, like a really small 21-inch one, and yeah, I'm not actually entirely sure how I ended up with The Exorcist in my possession. I feel like it might have been my cousin that gave me it, but yeah, I remember watching it and I just became obsessed with it. I needed to know everything about it when it was released, all of that stuff. Like, yeah, I had never really had that with a film, like, besides Halloween. Like, I had never had like a weird little obsession with a film so much, but it was just that original one. And then I ended up reading on about like all the craziness of when this film came out. I remember hearing that there were nuns that were outside of like the theaters just praying that people wouldn't go in and watch this film because it was bad and stuff. You know, just absolutely wild. So, you know, for that reason alone, I would have loved to be at the cinema just, you know, seeing that take place. It must have been crazy. And imagine how much scarier that would have been. You know, you're seeing nuns outside of the movie theater begging you not to go in because it's so bad, and you're just in and you're sat watching this film, and you know that music kicks in and you're just like, why the fuck did I come in here? But yeah, that just makes me laugh when I think about it every time. I've not actually met anyone either that watched the original Exorcist at the like movie theater and stuff, so I was going to leave this one till last, but I mean, I'm just going to say it now because I want to talk about it, and it's obviously Halloween 1978. The things I would do to be able to rewrite history and allow me to be in a movie theater on the opening night of that film. You know, like, take a look at my channel. It's not really a surprise that I want to see this on the big screen, like, for the first time. Yeah, this film is like a masterpiece to me. It is to so many people, and I love that. And obviously, yeah, this whole channel is pretty much built off the Halloween franchise. It was the reason that I started these videos, because I love talking about it and I had no one to talk about it to. So I wanted to just set up a camera and do it. You know, I really can't describe to you how much like joy I feel when, you know, I put one of those films on. It's like, it really is like just a break from everything going on in the world. And yeah, to be able to just somehow have been there on opening night, I know they would have probably broken my bank with the amount of times I'd have been going to re-see it. Next up though, I have Sinister. This is another one, a more recent film anyway as such, as well, that I really would have liked to see in the movie theaters for the first time. I absolutely love the first Sinister. I think it's a great horror film. You know, Ethan Hawke does a great job in the film. His acting's incredible in it. And yeah, it was just a terrifying film. I found the twist as well so good when I first watched it, so I know if I had seen that in a movie theater, it would have scared me shitless. Last but not least on my list, I have A Nightmare on Elm Street, the original one. The music to that film and just the whole feel of that film, it's one of my favourite horror films. You know, I think being at the movie theater when that came out must have been such an experience. I don't think I've ever as well, like, I'm trying to remember now, but I don't think I've ever seen like Freddy on the big screen. Like, from what I can remember anyway, there's not really been any showings or anything from where I'm from. of a Nightmare on Elm Street, which is a shame because I'd love to see that. I've seen Michael, Jason, and Leatherface, all in movies that have been shown, like on Halloweens and stuff when they bring back classics. And they were incredible. I really enjoyed them. But yeah, I've never got the chance to see Freddy on the big screen. So even that's annoying. And I hope to one day, accomplish that, I guess. But yeah, I think Nightmare on Elm Street, that original one, with the music, everything, I can just imagine it in the cinema. It must have been like transcending. And looking at things like that makes me so sad that I wasn't born when those films were peaking and all coming out, because yeah, I don't know if I'm gonna look back one day when I'm like 60 or something and be like, oh, do you remember when Night Swim came out? That was when we had it good. I hope not, but yeah, it does make me upset to know that these films all came out in a time and period where I couldn't go and watch them. But yeah, that's a list of 5 films that I had made a list of, just to let you guys know what I would have liked to see in the movie theater, I guess. But yeah, let me know what you guys would have liked to see in the movie theater, or if you got a chance to see any of these in the movie theater, please leave a detailed comment all about your experience. Let me know if you went to see The Exorcist and there was any nuns out there as well, because I've heard multiple things about that. I've not seen anything or heard any stories from these people, but yeah, if that was true and you were one of those people that got to witness that, you need to let me know down in the comments. But yeah, guys, make sure to subscribe and like. I'm sure you guys saw in the intro, but I'm doing a giveaway, so make sure you enter that. And